Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's episode 298 of the Audible Farm Podcast, and this episode's brought to you by the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. The Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association is all about supporting and connecting local artists, musicians, and creators right here in north central Iowa. Head over to fdfineartsassociation.org to find their community calendar packed with upcoming concerts, art shows, theater events, and more. While you're there, check out their podcast, FDT. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts. That's the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association, celebrating creativity and community in the Fort Dodge area. This week, I'm sitting down with Scott Kirkhart. Scott just released a new song. We discussed that. It's called Good Day. It's a good day to have a good day. And for some reason, I really liked this song. So I brought him on to talk about it a little bit. We talked about the Midwest Country Music Organization Awards show this last weekend in La Crosse, Wisconsin. He was there. I was not. But we talk about that and the fun part about the MCMO and what it can do for you and organizations like that. He just recently, Scott talked about recently joining the, the CMA, the CMA, Country Music Association. So that's kind of cool too, Scott's just a good guy. He's a good guy to be around. He's just a positive person, and it's just fun to pick his brain about why he is the way he is. And it's just nice to know there's good guys out there, just always there to lend a smile when it's needed. So hope you guys enjoy this one. It's episode 298 with Scott Kirkhart.
It's the Audible Farm Podcast with your host, Peter Stockdale.
All right, I'm sitting down with Scott Kirkhart. What's up? This is going to be a good one because you've released a song. It was called Good Day.
Good Day. Yep.
Dude, I don't know why. I think sometimes the older I'm getting, the more I enjoy the cheese, if that makes sense. Because you were like, even you had said something like, I don't know if this is kind of just a cheesy song. And I'm like,
cheesy song.
And I was like, dude, I don't know why. This is one of my favorite songs somebody's released in a long time. And I don't know. And I think it's the cheese.
Yeah, I
man.
think it is too.
It makes me feel good.
And it makes you feel good, and it's catchy. You sing it, it stays with you all day freaking long.
Yeah.
Which is great, Yep. And people they're singing it back already.
Yep.
Even up in Wisconsin this last weekend, people were singing it back.
Dude,
during jam night. I'm like, yeah.
It's a good enough song where you can learn how to sing it back by the time the second chorus comes around. Oh. It's like that easy.
Yeah. And I wasn't going to record it.
And that blows my mind. And like I think about that with like how many people I know that have songs where they haven't recorded them, and it's like
I wasn't going to record it at all.
I don't know. It's just like, why not? Just record them all. You never know what's going to happen.
Tammy was the one that said, she goes, "You're going to record that song." And I was like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I was going to record another one. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "No, that's the song.
That's the one."
And I said, okay, all right, screw it. We're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we did it. We brought it down to Nashville. Jesse went and recorded a couple of them too.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a trip in itself. That was just a fun, I would say, playcation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we worked the whole time we were there.
Okay.
Yes, we're spending money, but we didn't. We went down to Broadway. We hung out with Chili Dog. We did all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Super fun. But when we were actually there, we did some in our Airbnb. We made some content and stuff like that. Just playing music and videos, and then we went down to the Yamaha Music Studios, Soundscape Studios in Nashville. That thing was awesome.
Cool.
I mean, huge studio. And Cole Phillips was our producer, and we found him on. Jesse reached out to a guy on Instagram, and he says, "Hey, I'm kind of busy, but try out my buddy Cole, right?"
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so we did that, and this guy got back to us. He said, "Well, somebody send me your demos. I'll check it out." And so we did, and yeah, come on down. Let's record.
Cool.
So,
dude,
awesome.
One thing I do got to say is the amount of people that missed The Calling on your birthday. There were so many people that are like, happy birthday, Scott. Have a great day. And it's like, the song just came out. Y'all missed the boat.
Good day.
Have a good
day.
I get that it's great day. Yeah, great is better than good and greatest or, bestest or whatever. But like, it was have a good day. Like, and everybody missed it. And I was just laughing, scrolling through Facebook that day. I was like,
kind of thinking, man, I hope nobody trademarked that yet. Can I trademark that?
Try it. I don't know. Why not? See what you got. But yeah, I don't know. I love the song, and it's weird because I wouldn't necessarily consider myself somebody that like seeks out positive songs. I'm not like outwardly just like pouring positivity into the world like left and right. But that was a fun one to me. And I don't know why. I think I even text messaged you that. I was just like, dude, this is a good song and I like it. And then I made a Facebook post about it even. I don't know. It was a neat one to me, and I don't know why it struck a chord.
I'm excited for it to see what it'll do this summer. Mm-hmm. It's a summer song. I would say it's a summer. It's an everyday song, obviously, because every day is a good day to have a good day. Mark that.
Yep.
And so yeah, I think that it just reciprocates on a different level. It's an upbeat song. It's not a breakup song. Mm-hmm. It's like a Nico Moon, kind of style. It's a good feel vibe.
What prompted the good day? Do you like? We were talking before this that like you're like, oh, sometimes I get a riff and then I know what I want to talk about sometimes in some songs. Like, did you have anything that kind of like prompted this?
So it was 6 years ago. My buddy Nick Swanson and we were in Okoboji. He just bought a used fishing boat new to him. Mm-hmm. And he put it in the water, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, Nick, hey, the motor don't sound right.
Okay.
And he's like, who am I? Because I'm no mechanic whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, it sounds fine. And then all of a sudden, it didn't sound good.
Okay.
And then it didn't sound good, and all of a sudden, and it just quit.
Yep.
It wouldn't go anymore. Mm-hmm. So here we are sitting on Okoboji, floating, waiting for his brother Jeremy to come pick us up. And the sun was going down, and it was actually a beautiful, beautiful night. Mm-hmm. And he says... He says, well, drop a fishing pole in. Let's go fishing. So we sat there for probably an hour or so and went fishing. And it ended up being a good day.
Yeah.
Well, and then I heard that. I wrote that down, and then I heard that saying somewhere else, it's a good day to have a good day at it, Mm-hmm. Actually, off the 10 Fish guy. Actually, I was watching on TikTok.
Okay.
But he says, every day is a great day to have a great day. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, it's a good day to have a good day, right?
Yeah.
And then when Mom started getting sick, I lost Mom recently, and when she started getting sick, you think about things in life, and that was always one of her favorite sayings was, if we didn't have any bad luck, we wouldn't have any luck at all. Mm-hmm. And so I wrote that into the second verse, and it just kind of all flowed in together. I don't know how it did. It just happened.
Yeah.
Organically. Like, it was just like, I didn't push anything. It was over a 6-year period of writing this song. Mm-hmm. It turned out.
Oh, wow.
So that's a long time.
Yeah, it's just different stories from different things, and they all link together. And it.
But every day is a good day, no matter how crappy your day can get.
Yeah, and I'm not always the best at this. And I don't know, we all have our things, but like, one of my bosses was always like, everything's a matter of perspective. Like, sometimes I play music and I'm like, I want to say like more grateful in the moment than others, where like sometimes I'm just like, okay, I just had to work like all week, and then I had to do all these other things after work, and then go run around doing all this crap, and then you got to go play a show, and it's just like I just want a day off. I just can't wait till Sunday.
You're doing absolutely nothing.
But like my boss would have been the kind of guy that's just like, yeah, but like you think about it, like, you get to finally go play music, and the whole time you're at work, you should be like, well, this sucks. I got to do this thing just to get through life. And now I finally get to do the thing I want to do. And I was like, oh, wow, and it's perspective. It's, we're stranded out on a lake with no motor, but we've got a couple fishing poles and a little daylight lift.
Look at the sunset.
Just boop.
Yeah.
Why not?
It was, and then when I wrote that second verse, I was just trying to think, what are things that just aggravate you in a normal everyday thing, like the alarm didn't ring.
Yeah.
My van didn't start.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean? Just so that's kind of how that just came about. And yeah, it turned out great. I couldn't ask for a better song. I am forever grateful to sing that song for the rest of my life.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
And now other people can because it's been recorded.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, yeah, very cool. And it's cool that everybody sings it back. There's nothing more. It's something that you invented and created, and other people are appreciating it so much that they're singing that song right back to you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool. I don't know if what the parallel to that would be. It'd only be like a comedian and a joke, a singer and a song, or like a guitarist and their work maybe, or like there's really not a whole lot of things that get like, I mean, I guess like, what do they say? Like imitation is the most sincere form of flattery or whatever.
Yeah.
Just so like, I guess it does kind of apply to everything else, you know,
Yeah.
but that is really cool. I guess I don't know if I've ever had anything like that where someone's like, that's neat, I'm going to go repeat that thing or whatever, but
It's pretty neat. And then you're doing stuff on, then you create reels and stuff too. There's so much you have to do afterwards. And
yeah,
I mean, and I'm doing this all myself. I don't have somebody tell me. I'm trying to research it myself and trying to do it myself and trying to get it out. And I got to go on the radio stations, and I got to send it to my friends on the radio station that I've met over there, and I got to keep doing that and push that and maybe go on radio interviews and do podcasts. And that's just more ways to get, I mean, it's so much marketing is that's after the fact even.
Yeah, anymore now it's just everything's content creation, because you think like even movie stars or like people that are just like, oh, for this project we need somebody with this many Instagram followers, or like, what are you bringing to the table? It's like somebody said something, if you go watch red carpets from like the 90s or earlier, everyone's like just happy. Like they're just like so happy to be there because nobody's on their phone. They're like, well, I don't have to like, this wasn't a day of me creating content for social media because I have to manage this account now, which is actually a measure of my value to the people that would actually pay me money to do things. Which is
that's
like
what a lot of people,
exhausting.
Michael Jackson lived off of secrecy.
Yeah. I mean,
he wanted to be in the shadows, but on the forefront, right?
But think about how many famous people there were out there that just made like great music for years and years and years, and like you never heard from them in real life. It's just like Steely Dan,
Bob
like
Dylan.
Any of the guys from Steely Dan, like the whole like. I mean, there was. I'm just throwing out a random name, but like there's probably plenty of bands where it's just like, yeah, these guys were never on MTV. They never did an interview. They were just dudes that made music and then went home
and made a good living. There's still people in the industry that to that day.
Yeah,
they're not mainstream, but they're so close to mainstream, and they don't get that way, and they don't become. Sometimes they don't want to be. Like Muscadine Bloodline was one of them, and I was talking to Cole in Nashville about this. I was like, what do you how come these guys like don't make it big? Like I said, Muscadine Bloodline is what I said. And he goes, oh, they're making millions a year. They're doing just fine. Dude. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yep. I remember that being a thing like discussed back in the day where like you'll never make more money than you do like right before you make it like quote unquote big.
Yeah.
When you like explode, that's when you make more money. But then you also have to have all this extra responsibility of like, now we need a PR team and we need managers for everything and we need accountants.
But
and
then there's people that are out there that are still doing it independently, and they're filling stadiums now at 64,000 seats. I mean, that's crazy.
It is true.
Because of social media. They're just not on radio. They're not on the mainstream radio. Radio still tells everything what's going on. Like they're the bosses, right? Through all the satellite, through everything like that, they're the bosses yet. FM radio is.
I mean, still generally I would say yeah, but there's plenty of stuff that like I always think like point back to SoundCloud rappers. There's those guys that had like literally like 8-figure listens, and it's just like on stuff they put up on SoundCloud, and it's like SoundCloud. It's like what?
They're doing plenty fine.
Yeah, this thing never made it to the radio. Right. They, like possibly never
got signed.
Yeah, it's just a thing they put up there,
and they're doing just fine.
Yeah, it's just wild to think about how there's no mono culture anymore. Like you said, FM radio still is kind of the boss. That's where the stuff that's most palatable everyone understands. Changing
every single day. And we're going to get into this conversation by the end of this podcast. Music is changing every day. Remember when the internet came out? Nobody was going to use. No, I'm not going to put anything on the internet anymore.
Yeah. You don't want to. Yeah, everyone's scared of the internet. Was like the whole when it first came out kind of deal, to some extent. And now everybody puts everything on the internet.
Everything.
The meals they're eating, how they feel when they wake up in the morning, everything. Stuff they shouldn't put on there.
And unfortunately, like it or not like it, AI is becoming the new internet. It's here to stay.
I use it a lot, and I'll tell you what, I have a love-hate relationship with it because I use it a lot for my job.
Yep.
And there's some things it does very well and some things it does not do very well. And even the stuff that it does well, this is going to sound crazy. There was a guy talking about how like AI is going to be so relied upon that the majority of content that AI has to look upon is stuff that it has created.
Yep.
And it's going to start eating its own tail. And I feel like I'm seeing some of that already with certain ones.
Like I don't want to write with AI.
Yep.
I haven't written with AI yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, yes. I've come up with ideas for things. I'm more of like I have something in an idea like this. Give me like 6 directions to go with it.
Yeah. And
then maybe you can like pick and choose little bits of what you want. Let's say for like a podcast episode, like what are some ideas for this? Like give me some topics.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
right.
This is one I could just go off on. So I'll just do this.
Man, there's so much stuff you can do, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of freaky at the same time.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary if you really think about it. That's a whole wow.
Well, I think about
what people thought of the internet though when that first came out. Because
100%.
I vaguely remember it, but
dude, that I think of this like the internet is or AI is no different than like the smartphone, than the internet, than the car, than the airplane, than you just think about like the major things like.
What's next? Oh my God, think about that.
Nothing. I don't know. So AI has found its way into mixing and mastering and things like that, and there are actually like people that can reverse engineer mixes and masters to tell whether or not AI was utilized in it.
Correct.
And they're starting to yell at people for it, which is kind of funny, I guess, but whatever. I don't really have any qualms about using AI to mix and master, I guess, whatever. I've always just been more comfortable paying somebody.
Oh yeah.
I think of that like with a lot of things. If I pay somebody and I have a problem, I can at least go to them and be like, "Hey, I've got a problem."
Yeah.
If you just use AI and it sucks, then it just sucks, and that's all you have. So why not just pay somebody? But I also think like, are they gonna? There's some things AI has not gotten into yet. But it's basically like in everything. They're putting in all the technology everywhere.
But very few things have AI or don't have AI.
There's none in a guitar yet, as far as I know.
You still have to be a guitar player.
I'm waiting for it to go into a guitar amp.
It could.
Because I could see like a guitar amp doing some like auto EQing something based on the pickup.
What's the new boards doing yet? I mean, are the new boards are they AI capable already?
I don't know.
I guess I haven't.
Or are they using AI to make their digital amps better? I guess that would be something that
maybe I
don't know.
That's a
wild thing to think about.
We're just sitting here going, man, those pedals are great.
Yeah, these pedals are cool.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Look at the pedals that they're making now. Even some of those pedals, like the Fender one that's out.
Mm-hmm.
I know Lee Klett has it.
Yep.
And
yeah,
it's got every amplifier he'd ever want in there, and they sound pretty damn good.
It sounds pretty good nowadays. Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on who wants to use it, how you want to use it. I think of that like electric car versus gas powered car kind of deal. It's just like some people are just like, I don't know about electric, man. It's like, well, if you use it and you like it, whatever, just rock it, and I don't know.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah, learn how to use it.
Just that's the whole thing that we conversated about that before too. Just do what you want to do.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
It's your life.
There's so many times I feel like we as people kind of just somebody poo-poos something, and so we're just like, I guess I don't like that thing either.
Yeah,
maybe that's most people in their 20s. I felt like that was me most of my 20s. I was just like, yeah, all this music sucks because I like this music and that music. Like anything I don't like is just it's bad.
Yeah,
it's wrong. And then I don't know. I spent a lot of time yucking other people's yums until my mid-20s, and then I was like, oh,
everybody's different. I mean, this world would be a weird place if we were all the same.
It'd be boring.
Boring as hell. Just like music is all different. There's something out there for everybody. So just agree to disagree and have fun and enjoy it. And it's
Have a good day.
Live life. Live day. Every day is a good day to have a good day. That's where it all came from.
Pull it back in.
Yeah. For sure.
So
appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So check out Good Day because it's out there. You can listen to it anywhere you want to.
Yep.
TikTok, you can make TikToks with it, I'm sure.
Yeah, TikTok, Snapchats, Facebooks, everything.
Cool.
Make reels.
Yeah, so make them and tag Scott, and he'll put them everywhere else.
Yep. I just got flagged by Facebook too, by the way.
Oh, for what?
For copyright infringement upon my own song.
Oh God, classic.
So I know they're working out. I know they're working at it. That's a good thing. But I had to send them back in dispute. This is my song.
Appeal. Oh my God, that's so funny.
But yeah.
Well, that's one place that like AI is not going to get any better because the algorithm they had set up beforehand to catch all that stuff wasn't any good anyways.
Right.
Like on YouTube, it would be bad about that too.
Well, at least they're doing it. They're doing their job apparently.
Trying
to.
You know. So otherwise, other news was the Midwest Country Music Organization had their awards show in La Crosse.
Great weekend this last weekend.
I could not make it. I was playing shows with Clint Riedel. Shout out to Iowa Falls and over in
I did see that
Okoboji.
503, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool because literally like less than a block away, the Pork Tornadoes were playing a street dance.
Yeah.
And they were playing until 10, and we played 9 to midnight.
Oh, so you got a lot of that.
Yeah, about 10:15, the place is just assholes to elbows packed.
That's awesome.
Sorry, profanity in there. But
True
yeah,
story.
I'm leaving it in there. But yeah, it was packed, and I was texting Mike from Pork Tornadoes. I was just like, oh, hey, I'm going to try and catch a little bit of your show. It was like 40 degrees outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I was like Friday night. Yeah, Friday night last week. So
did you guys play outside?
we played underneath an awning, kind of like it's an outdoor awning.
Oh, at the 503.
Yeah. But it's pseudo kind of indoors.
Did they have the heater on though?
Yeah, but it was still pretty cold. Ooh. I couldn't imagine playing out in that street dance though. It was ice cold. Mike was like, "We're gonna stop by afterwards just for a quick second to say hi," and I was like, "Cool." And then he never stopped by. And I'm like, "Don't blame him one bit." He messaged me the next day. He was like, "Dude, it was too cold." It was like one of the most miserable I've ever been.
I think
playing
we
a
were
show.
sitting in a hot tub in Wisconsin.
Awesome.
No, it was a great weekend. I got to see friends, that from all over the Midwest that I've met through the organization. I can't say anything but amazing things about the Midwest Country Music Organization.
Yeah.
The people, the networking, the family feel, the friendships that are there. I mean, so many people and so many friends, and there's very, very little judgment. And that's from professionals that have been in it for 40 years to people just starting out, and there's so many ways to grow and prosper and network. And, hey, I'm looking for a job in Wisconsin while I'm over here, and reach out to your buddies. Hey, here you go. Check it out.
They
help
cool,
you out.
Yep.
And it's so... it fills your heart every year that you go, like literally, and the award show is amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, the amount of talent that is here in the Midwest, and that's just country, and I try to get Ober and I try to get Clint and stuff like that to join. They're like, well, I'm not country. And I'm like, you're Americana and you're folk. That all goes along with country, especially now.
It's close enough by today's standards
literally,
of country.
And they could go out and they could do that stuff, and they could, and network with them and get out to these more and more places. Yeah. It is such a phenomenal organization and ran by a great board of peers and friends, and I'm proud to be part of it. And I've been part of it for a long time already. Mm-hmm. So and it's fun to get to see your friends. And we hung out. It was, we got an Airbnb and we sat in the hot tub. We had some beers and we had some laughs, and then we went to the jam night. The jam night was just incredible.
Yeah, I was up in Bogie maybe a year or two ago.
Yep.
And Jesse's like, "You gotta get up here." And he called me when the jam night was going on. I can't remember what I was doing, but I was like,
I remember that.
I was like, yeah, I guess I'll. And I was like, wait, it's like an hour and a half drive for me at least. And I was like, it'll be over by the time I get up there. He's like, they'll be going late. And I was like,
you should have came.
I should have came.
Yeah, you would have loved it.
It was packed.
And then they got content creator and stuff like that at the year awards and stuff.
Yep.
And those guys are,
dude, they're making real.
Steve Shetler
content.
was nominated. He's killing it.
Hank Ambrose.
Hank Ambrose was nominated. Yep. He's killing it with what he's doing.
Yeah, bar songs and stories. That's crazy.
And those guys, they have nothing but love for musicians from around here.
Yep.
They will help promote and push and do everything they can to promote musicians around this area.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
I think it's so funny because it's going to sound crazy because I look at what those guys do. They're like professionals, right? This is their job, is promotional stuff, content creation.
They do it every day.
And then on the side, that's their hobby as
do
well.
that every day.
You know,
is a hobby.
And so like where I'm like, I've had multiple jobs throughout. Like I don't know if I'm like one thing specifically.
But you're kind of doing that now.
Yeah, I've done like finance, I've done like accounting, I've done banking, and I've done like whatever. Now I'm doing like content creation, I guess, sort of. But like.
Every day.
Yeah, all day, every day. I made 4,800 pieces of short form content last year.
Jeez.
And posted it across all the social media platforms.
I don't even know.
That's 4,800 different pieces of short form content that I posted last year.
That's great.
That's insanity. So I'm one of the people that's polluting the internet. Hello. But I think about like the stuff like I'm doing for the music scene. And then akin to like how I play music.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a singer-songwriter, but I'm there next to all the guys adding something.
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily a content creator, but I'm making content and throwing it out there with them, And so I always look up to those guys creating the content too, because like
you're doing it. You're doing the thing.
Yeah, I'm doing the thing.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then you have a hobby of doing the thing also.
Yeah.
You're the same boat.
Yeah. But there's I don't want to say like theirs looks more professional or like whatever. Like
I think these are great.
But mine are
Your Fort Dodge tees that those guys are doing.
Dude, those are awesome.
Yep, I watch it all the time.
I feel like that's a good addendum to this podcast. Like around this area, if like the stuff that I probably wouldn't get to, I wouldn't have time to get to. I don't know those people.
Yep.
I don't have enough questions to ask them. I'm not in their world. But it's still music and art, and
it's funny to hear Shelley on there. And
Shelley's the
and when you interview like Nate and
dude, yeah,
he doesn't like interviews very often, but it's fun when you do.
I feel like if the time ever came and it needed to come, like Nate would be a great co-host for Shelley. If I ever
for
had to
sure,
sit
that's Shelley
behind
Bottendorf and Nate McCubbin, by the way.
Yeah, Shelley Bottendorf, Nate McCubbin, love it. Yeah, Midwest CMO. I think the coolest part about that is also the fact that those types of places, like you said, it's an organization of people. It's like a built-in friendship. You have all these people that are like, if I'm gonna be, up in like there's people that travel for work, and sometimes one of them came through Fort Dodge and got a hold of some of you guys in Fort Dodge. Was like, hey, I'm gonna be around the area for a little while. Hit me up. I'm gonna play a show here or there or whatever, and.
Here comes Tuna.
What's up, cat? There's a cat slinking in here. It might join us after a bit.
You never know.
Big tail. But yeah, I don't know. Those types of organizations that you have like these built-in friendships. I think about like us in Fort Dodge in the music scene. Like it's almost just like, hey, I need somebody to move. Somebody would probably show up.
A heartbeat.
If or even just like, do I know anybody that has a couch they want to get rid of? Like it's just that kind of like. We know each other well enough, or like you could even just be like, do we know somebody
we're a group?
Do we know somebody that's a plumber? And we would figure it out,
It's like a membership, like you were part of the Lions or Club or something. Yeah, like that, right?
Almost.
We're the Musicians Club.
Yeah, So like I feel like the Midwest CMO is like a broader version of that
bigger.
across states, which is kind of cool because you end up with stuff like Jesse was booked to open up a show for. If nothing else, they were one of the bands up there.
Yep.
But yeah, like
they were up for content, or they were up for collaboration of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I went up and met those guys. Like that was cool because like the club was awesome. First, it was the Red Carpet up in St. Cloud, which I'd never been to before, so that's really cool. But the other thing was like they were like inviting, and it had this like nice, fun like backstage kind of feel, and I don't know. It was just an enjoyable time all around. So. I had a good time hanging out with those guys, but it's just like that organization provides those moments like that where you can like, you can network with people too, where it's like, there's this guy up at this jam, he did this thing, maybe he'll sing a verse on my song or something, like
that's what they're doing.
And that's what happens a lot. Like people will collaborate with one another, or just like for no reason, just be like, if you got nothing going on, drive 3 hours and open up for us.
Facts.
We'll pay you for it.
And they will.
Yeah,
it's cool. And that's a and they're doing the Lakes Jam and stuff like that up there.
Yep.
And we're getting people to head up to the Lakes Jam and open, and play a slot there. And there's so many opportunities when you put yourself out and you get to network with likewise people, and that's part of the organization is, they want to, and they also want to invest your time to it, so it is kind of what you make it.
Yes.
You can use it and utilize it. It's a tool again. You can utilize the organization for what it's worth, and you should.
Yes.
I mean, you're paying memberships, and that's what it is, right?
Yep. So go to the
events. They will help you. They have a radio station, a radio show that goes on once a week over 29 different radio stations throughout the upper Midwest, Wisconsin, South Dakota, North Dakota. That's pretty cool. That's reaching. You get your song on that radio show, you're getting out there.
Oh, yeah.
And they help. That's what they do. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, even like as far as I know, the Midwest CMO Awards show is like in a sort of a different place every time. It's not always in a different place, but
they're on a 3-year rotation.
They're kind of moving it around a little bit. But like, it's not just like a show up for the weekend and party your pants off and then we'll give out some awards. No. They do like seminars and stuff like that.
I sat in seminars on Friday during the day, and then they have the jam night.
The jam night, so people can.
They had a pub crawl this year along with bowling, like everybody. Hey, everybody, we're welcome to La Crosse, Wisconsin. Stop here on Thursday night. We'll all go out for a little while.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, and then Saturday the award show, and now Sunday they had a brunch at 11 o'clock, 11 to 2 or whatever it was.
Oh, cool!
Before you went home.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's cool. That they offer that. It's the La Crosse Center was awesome. Big place, beautiful place.
Yeah.
It was. What a show.
Dude, it's wild also to me to think that like, I don't know, this last weekend for some reason I played a couple shows and I just had this thing. Maybe some of it was just being around Clint. Some of it was nostalgia. Some of it was just, I don't play a whole lot of shows with him anymore. And I used to play a lot of shows with him. So like, some of it was I was just really thankful and stuff. Then I was thinking about the awards show, and it's like, man, I know people that were like nominated, and I know people that have won things that I could in 10 seconds get on my phone and message them, and they would message me right back.
Our buddy Lee Klett won Song of the Year for Pawn Shop Guitar. Not only did he win Song of the Year, which is a huge honor to win Song of the Year. I mean, out of all the memberships, there's like 300, 400 memberships now to the Midwest CMO. Out of all the songs they got, they had to go through every one of them. They limited them down to 10, and then we voted on 10 of them as members who's going to win. What a huge honor to win.
That's crazy,
right?
cool.
And not only that, plus Friday he asked his girlfriend to marry him, and she said yes, actually. So that was pretty cool. But he did that with all of his friends, right? I mean, all of his friends right there in one place. Why not?
Yeah, Lee Klett made my hat. You're wearing a Lee Klett hat.
I'm wearing a Lee Klett hat, I said, you got a hat for me? I'm going to wear it. I said, I'm going to root for you today. And Jesse's like, no, you got to wear my hat.
That's hilarious. Yeah, man. I mean, like Corey Waller and Wicked Things Band of the Year.
Band of the Year.
Right?
And they
well deserved.
It was really, really cool because they put on a hell of a show, right? Corey Waller and the Wicked Things.
Always.
Amazing band. So much talent.
Yep.
And then it was kind of a sad day or ending too, because Ron Lee decided he's going to retire from being on the road and spend a little more time with his family. So, that was kind of an official goodbye to Ron Lee.
Yep.
We love you, brother. We'll always be our friend, And, and so that was cool. Kind of happy and sad moments. He was up for Musician of the Year. Did not win that one, unfortunately, but Christine Passing won it. She was amazing. I mean, so.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But it just makes me think, like, we know these people that are, like, nominated for, like, and I get it that some people are like, well, these aren't, like, Grammys or anything, but it's like, dude, this is, like, the biggest deal we have on a local level. Like, until you go up to, like, arenas and stuff. Like, this is the biggest we're getting, and it's super cool to know that, like, you're getting your work is getting recognized and things like that, And
that's a very cool feeling.
And we get to be next to these people and play along with them and like
be friends with them
on occasions.
Right?
Like Jesse's been nominated twice for Maverick of the Year, and things like that. So it's kind of cool to be like, wow, there's guys out here, and gals out here doing it, and
it surprised me in 2023 with that humanitarian award. That was cool. I mean, it is neat.
It's really cool, dude.
It is. It is, and it's. I've been on both ends, the losing and the winning, and that's pretty cool. I'm glad they do that.
I do also want to say, like, just as like the statement I think I need to say for everyone that's just like tuned this out probably by now. Like, awards aren't everything. Art is subjective. Right. If you didn't get nominated or didn't win, don't worry about it. Just keep doing whatever you're doing.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Boom, keep doing what you're doing. Have a good day. You know, it's like, it's that thing that, I don't know. I also think some of it, like, Corey Waller and the Wicked Things, just because they're local to us, it's just like, man, we see how far they travel.
Well, but they're really good.
How many shows they do. They're really good. We're also biased because we know them, et cetera. But at the same time, like, you would think like, well, they should win every year, you know. But like, you gotta grind it out to win.
There's a lot of good bands. There's out there, man. I'm telling you right now. There was, the one that Jesse sang with.
Yeah, if nothing else.
If nothing else.
Yep.
Incredible band,
dude. I love
and great people. I mean, these guys are.
Every one of them's fun.
They were fun to hang out with. Yeah, one of the guys got a pink suit on. The whole thing. It's just hilarious.
They make some good content too. If you want to watch their content,
I started following them. I watched those guys too. You know, now we're friends. They met me. I met them, and now we're like, how cool is that?
They had a thing where they were going into like Western stores and trying on different outfits, and they were doing the whole like, I'm going to wear a pink shirt, and I'm going to wear a sparkly shirt, and I'm going to wear one that's got paisley all over. It was hilarious watching them do the whole, like, in and out of it. Like,
those guys are fun.
Dude, hilarious.
They are fun.
They're making some fun
They
content.
They stayed in their bus. They parked their bus over there.
Cool.
Some of them stayed in their bus the whole weekend.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's
that's
fun.
so fun.
There's people like that, I mean, just the happy-go-lucky. Mm-hmm. This is awesome. Let's when we're doing this, and this is what we're doing. This is what we do, and even the content creators. Some of them are. Steve Shetler's a great guy.
Yep, he's fun.
And he supports everybody.
Yep,
it's so cool. And Hank is a great guy too. They're all good. They're all good people. And Jay Brooks from Mason City. And just I can't. These people do so much for the Midwest music scene, Midwest country music scene. Mm-hmm. And I'm not just saying country, because country is more than.
Yeah.
You have your Americana, you have your red dirt country, right, which is your Texas country. Vaguely to say, we call it black dirt country up here. There's some cool music coming out of the Midwest scene right now. Yeah. I mean, really cool music.
I mean, I'd even consider like Southern rock stuff now as country, like as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, for sure.
Like back in the day, it's just like, well, that's Leonard Skinner.
Blackberry
that's not country.
Smoke, those guys, I would call that country rock. I mean,
yep. But now it is basically just country.
Yep.
But I don't know. The country spectrum has always been kind of broad.
What's a genre?
Yeah, it was poppy at times. It just kind of depends on what's popular, I guess, and what's being pushed on the radio.
Some of those guitar players now that are some of those flat picking guys.
Yeah,
we talked about too, like Trey Hensley, Billy Strings. That's amazing guitar work.
Yeah, there's dudes playing stuff on like clean guitar tones where it's like there's nowhere to hide here, and
nowhere
not making any
that chicken picking stuff.
Chicken picking, that was Ron Lee King. That's one of his things. He does a little bit of that.
They were in jam night Friday night. It was Ron Lee King and Danny Grouse, two of my good friends, and they're trading solos off. Both of them are chicken pickers, and they're just ripping. And they're doing "Can't You See," and they're soloing to "Can't You See," and it was so good. It's like, holy moly! Like, these guys are absolutely insanely good.
That's wild.
Yeah,
dude. Why does everybody else always get so lucky? Like, it's the most talented people in the building, going up there for jam nights and stuff, and they still play "Can't You See?" And I feel like half the time I go to jam nights, it's just like it's like I go there and it's just like, we're gonna play this song. It's like, who's it by? It's like some band I've never heard of. It's like, okay, like sounds good. And then it's like, I've never heard this song on the radio. And they're like, well, it's not very, it's like,
I don't know the song.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I always end up going up to jam nights and playing stuff I've never heard before. I have no clue how the structure goes. Like, it's just like, all right, you tell me, like, nod at me and be like, now, and I'll put a solo in there. But like, otherwise, I don't know what the hell's going on right now.
You do great.
Oh my god, yeah. I've also just kind of like taken to not playing as many jam nights as I have before, or I just get in there and get the hell out. Like, that's I do that at the Byron's jams now to some extent. I'll just like come in with an amp, put it in there, plug it in. I'm right by the door, and I'll just leave when I'm done. And
so there's some days that I go to Third Thursday Jam and I don't want to play.
Yeah,
Like I want to listen to everybody else.
Thank you. I feel like that sometimes where it's like this is more fun watching.
I know everybody wants you to get up there, and I'm like, all right, let's go, or I'll go play drums instead of going sing, right? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, this is cool,
dude. Those are some of the best ones when you're like, I guess I'm playing bass then, or you just go up there and play bass for no reason.
I like to do that, right? I mean, and I'm not saying that I don't love the jam because I do love the jam, but we do this all the time.
Yeah.
And there's people that up there that, that they don't get to do it all the time.
That's
and
the
I
other
want
thing.
them to enjoy it too. And get some of these younger kids up there and some time up to jam, because that's where I learned so much of playing guitar and working with people. And you know what I mean? And
I can't remember the analogy. It was something like, imagine like getting as book smart as you could in your basement by yourself and you never talk to anyone else ever. That's like practicing in the basement. And then you finally go out and you talk to somebody and you're like, oh, this isn't as simple. Like your brain is used to a monologue, not a dialogue.
Yep.
And so then you end up having to like talk with somebody and figure it out.
That's the most important thing as a musician, as a younger musician should do, is go play with, like we did that writers round at the Phillips Middle School auditorium.
Yep.
And I had Blake Jack, who from Blake Jack and South 35, and then I had Danny Grouse, and I had Spencer Sukan in the middle, right? And I wanted Spencer to play because these guys are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Right? And he's good.
Oh, yeah.
And I want him to know that he can hang with these guys.
Yeah.
And he does such a good job. He's got his own little niche, and I want these kids to build up confidence, because when you get that confidence going and then all of a sudden you start learning more riffs, you start playing a little more and you start learning from your peers of what they're doing. And that's just kind of the whole.
Yeah, Spencer's got a hell of a band now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scott Dahl, Bob Johnson, and Dave Schmieder in his band.
Right.
Like, I'll take that band.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
That's so good.
But that's awesome. And I'm glad that those guys are helping him out and get him going, because Spencer's great.
They fit in well with him, though.
He's got that old class. Zach Top is the new country guy that reminds me of Spencer. Spencer reminds me of.
I feel like and this is going to sound crazy, but like I feel like if you just like cut Spencer in half and cut Bob Johnson in half, the insides would be the same. Like they're the same person on the inside. They're that's old soul kind of a feel.
And then we have a group of younger kids even that are that we gave guitars to.
Oh yeah.
And I'm starting to see some of these kids, like Callie Bird comes out to singer-songwriter things, right? And she's 13, and we'll get her up in a chair, and she goes and plays and sings a song, and that's a huge confidence. I mean, that's hard for a 13, 14-year-old.
Yeah, I don't remember how old I was when I first played. Probably like 14 or 15.
It's like doing a piano recital. Kind of remember the old days of piano recitals?
I never did one.
I didn't either, but you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So that's fun to watch. It's fun to watch these kids do it. I guess that's why it's important. Broken Strings is important.
Did you ever get up in front of your peers, like in like high school or junior high or anything, and do like a music thing?
I did.
Okay.
I was a drummer. I was
jazz band
drummer, right? So we did a lot of that.
Did you ever like make a band in high school and try and do a thing?
We did a church band.
Okay.
At one time, the Lutheran church over here.
Yep.
I was a drummer.
Yep.
We had some good singers. We never really made anything about it. Some bands formed from that, like Spooky Mojo and stuff like that back in the day, formed from just starting to play like that with other people.
Yeah.
I went to college, and then I kind of like, I'm done playing music, and I didn't play anymore.
Yeah. For how many years?
Off and on, 10.
Yep, that's about what I did.
Or more.
Except I didn't go to college. I just graduated high school. I was like, well, that's about enough of that.
When the kids were little is when I started. I mean,
that's when you started again.
Well, 2000, right after 9/11.
Okay.
So
Allie
was just born, but when you first start playing, your fingers hurt so much, oh, my fingers will never do that.
Yeah.
But, when the kids were little, and I didn't go out on the weekends because I had them. After I got divorced, I had them every weekend, so when they went to bed, I picked up a guitar and I played guitar sitting here.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
And now
I do it.
You going down to Nashville, recording songs, releasing them.
Yeah, I'm a Nashville recording artist.
Yep. Going to the Midwest CMO Award shows. Now a CMA member.
Yeah, official
right?
CMA member. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's kind of funny because you said that. I'm like country music award stuff, and you were like, yeah, like the Country Music Association. And I was like, oh, wild.
I applied for that a year ago, and you got to meet so many criteria and stuff like that. And it was because of broken strings, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why they. So I became an official member today. I got invited. And,
nice.
Cool. Yeah. I don't know
super
what it's
cool.
going to do for me, but we'll find out.
Well, it's fun just to...
You get a network on more of it. They send you videos, and, they're supposed to help with business, and there's health insurance stuff like that you can get through all that being a member. And so that's kind of cool.
I think about a lot of that stuff for no more than it costs to be a member of things. Most things. Not everything. Some organizations cost a lot. Midwest CMO is not a whole lot. From what you said, Country Music Association is not like crazy amount, but you have to meet the requirements.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about stuff like I just became a member of Fort Dodge Fine Arts, Audible Farm, hooray.
Yeah, right.
So and that was something where it's
Awesome.
like, just hop in with these people. You never know what kind of networking opportunities you have, the event stuff. You kind of get you get a little bit of freebie stuff here on the side, and I think a lot of it is just the network of people that you have at your disposal to kind to ideas off of in these organizations.
I need to join. Sorry, Shelly. You can hit me up next week, okay?
Well, Shelly, this is why Shelly's the best at it, because a couple months ago she was just like, you still would be a member this year, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, well, that's still due. And I was like, all right,
okay,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so it wasn't just like, hey, pay me money, but it was just like, just double checking, like,
but
I love it.
You know what? Everything you do costs money. I mean,
yeah, and this feels like
literally
such an easy thing to spend it on, though. Like, this is that marketing thing that you and we always talk about this, and it just comes down to like, you gotta do stuff, and I guess if you're comfortable enough, you don't want to or need to grow, you're doing fine. Then
we're content creators. We make money off making content.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
That's a true story. I do. I get paid from Facebook and TikTok and stuff like that. And whether it's not very much, I'm not going to become rich by all means doing it.
No.
But, it's something, right?
Yeah.
And it does cost a lot of money to record.
It does.
There's no doubt about it, right? So go out there and get sponsorships, and if you can. Especially if you're an independent, and if you got people that love you and follow your music, you're going to have people that will support you.
There's enough musicians out there that I'm surprised don't have some sort of sponsorship or
working on it.
Or just... Here's here's an example. And this is one I love that you did, was you made koozies once with another company, and their logo was on the other side and yours was on one side. So now you get to essentially split the cost and defray the cost, and you guys both win, and that's the sponsorship. Or you could even run into a situation where it's like, I'm going to put my logo on both sides, but I'll put yours smaller underneath mine. And
it's like getting a trailer and pulling a trailer, and people will sponsor that. They'll put their logo on top of your sponsorships.
Bingo.
Everything that you advertise, anything like that on your social media, you can advertise that.
It looks hokey to some extent. You can put it on your shirts if you want to.
People see it. Yeah, even you can make a sponsorship T-shirt. We got some for the Broken Strings golf tournament. We're looking for sponsorship. $200 I think is what it is. We're looking for 5 sponsorship. You get your logo on the back of it, and
nice
of the T-shirt. And that's for our big golf outing, July 11th.
That's really not too much at all.
No, and musicians got to do that too. There are, and if you can't, if you have big projects, you can go to places like Kickstarter.com and start a project. They don't pay you until you reach that goal of what you needed. So that's not a bad thing. I mean, I know a lot of people that have done it and made albums with that. That have done very well.
I know people have done that with kind of stuff with music videos.
Yes.
Where it's like, this is the idea. I mean, I don't want to throw it out there, but Jesse made one with, the idea was to have some trucks. Or big semi trucks. So he hunted around, found out some guys that had
Girl, My World.
Found out some guys that had some cool trucks and was like, hey, blah blah blah. And before you know it, it's not only you can use these. We'll kick a little money in if we can do it at our shop. And then it's like, well, sweet. Cool. Now we don't have to drive these. It's like everything's right here. We just show up and record this thing, and they're gonna kick us a couple bucks. Offset some of the cost.
And that's what they do.
And that's what the sponsorship is for.
And we have to do that. We're to that point now where we're at that stage in our careers that we have to get help.
Yeah,
because I play a lot of shows. Right. That's still how we make our money. Is play a lot of live shows. And sell merch.
Yeah, and even merch is. You're not making all. I mean, you're making money, but you're making way more money. How many T-shirts would you have to sell in order to make a night's
right
for like playing?
I haven't had merch for a while, so I know when I get merch out again, people are going to buy it up because they're always like, "Where's your T-shirts?
Where's that Good Day shirt at?"
Well, Good Day is coming. I got my buddy is working on a couple of logos.
Let's get it done.
It's a good day to have a Good Day shirts.
Yep.
So yes, it will be summer available.
Yeah, get those in all different colors. I feel like that's not a black and white shirt.
Right.
Like,
I think a white and make it.
Give me some blues, give me some reds, some yellows, or something darker, neater colors. It's
that
nice,
all costs money.
thin summertime shirts. That's where.
But then again, you can get sponsorships for that too, and have your sponsor on the back of it. You know what I mean?
There are actually T-shirt places that will split the sponsorship with you, where they'll be like, we'll open up a shop for you and we'll split the income with you. But the fun part about that is they'll make shirts on demand for you. And that's always been like the one thing I want somebody to do is just make shirts on demand. So if they want a purple one, it's just like you pull a purple one out of the back, you print it, and it's done.
That's the way to do it.
There's a couple places that have done things like that. I love that because I've gotten like band shirts from people where it's like, this is a crazy color. Like I have a regional rock hour shirt that's just like lightning purple. It's just like, look at this.
It was merch as a whole.
Dude, it's a beast. Dude, there are bands that will set up their merch in a completely different LLC and department. Like it's a
own separate business.
Own separate business.
Well, I mean, think about these big boys. I mean, think about how many T-shirts Luke Combs makes. For his stadium shows each time.
Yep.
When they have 65, 70,000 people at these stadiums, over 3/4 of them are going to want a $50 T-shirt. You know what I mean, or a $20 guitar pick or something.
Yeah, a band shows up. It's 2 tour buses, and then the stage stuff is 2 semis, and then like there's got to be a whole semi full of just merch crap.
There's got to be.
Dude, it's insane.
And then you got to keep making that, and after every single show, I would expect.
Yeah,
I mean,
because you're not making
that's warehouses of clothes.
You're not just making 100,000 shirts fresh off the go. You're gonna make a handful and then see how it goes, and then keep making them to fill in.
And all sizes, and
then you're shipping them across the U.S. to get them to like, we just played
next day air, right? Yeah,
half of them are gone. We're only in Chicago, so now we got to next day them over to Omaha. Wow,
that's a whole business in itself,
dude. That's a beast, and I mean. Everyone I know that's brought merch places has done well with merch in some capacity or another.
Not to give it away.
Dude, that's what it is too. I've even Audible Farm merch. I've given so much of it away because it's
you have to donate. You have to designate. Somebody to go set up your merch tent.
Yes,
and somebody to sell that merch.
Yep,
and you have to pay them to do it.
Yep. You have to be basically related to them, or they rode in.
Thank God for my son. Let me tell you, because
they rode in the car with you and don't have a choice, kind of person.
So this next year we'll help sell merch, for me, and I'll give him, a percentage of whatever it is.
Yeah. And
he comes along and he sets everything up, tears it down, and does all that stuff too. So and he enjoys it, and we get to hang out, and boy, it helps me a lot. Let me tell you. By the time you're doing 5 shows, you don't have to worry about a week, you don't have to do it. That's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it. It's so fun.
That was the other crazy.
I wish I could have done it 20 years ago.
I haven't looked at that statistic to see where like what months I was the most busy in year over year to see where like the pattern is. Because that's something I've tried to do is like what kind of shows was I playing with what bands and how frequently and whatever. I should look at that like what. Because summertime is more busy.
Usually April starts kicking it up.
Yep.
And then May gets really busy, except for around one weekend, and that's usually graduation. And then it kind of drops, but then it spikes.
Yep.
And when it spikes, you go up into June, and then it's literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with a day off, or a Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And it's nonstop. July gets a little bit busier because then you get county fairs. August, you get into the state fair time and still some other county fairs.
Yep.
And then football season kind of starts, right? And people still have our outdoor parties because it's September, and you get the private parties. And
it starts to slow down around that time, but you still have a lot of holiday shows to play still. So like there's your Thanksgiving show, your Halloween show, your whatever.
Right, those are your bigger ones. Yeah.
But I was thinking like and like June, July, August, like the summertime, it's like, what are you doing Wednesday night playing a private party? It's like, well, I'm playing a private party for some guy because it's the 43rd anniversary of when he got his Monte Carlo, and it's just like, it's like, what are we talking about? Like, we're just
private parties are fun, man,
for anything.
Yeah, you know? But it's you usually get those in the fall. You know, like I do a Hawkeye homecoming tailgate party.
Yeah,
that's the
whole bonfire type parties.
It's just it's a party. I go down to Iowa City. I play at a tailgate party there. I get free tickets to go to the club section of the North End Zone and watch. You know, and these guys you party all day with them and have fun, and they're just super great people who turn into great friends.
Yep. Did I hear you had a residency this year somewhere?
Yeah, again up north of Snappers.
Okay.
In Okoboji every Tuesday night.
Cool. When does that like start or like kick off?
The Tuesday after Memorial.
Okay.
All the way through Labor Day.
Perfect. That's the perfect window right there, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. It's that's Tequila Tuesdays at Snappers.
Of course it is.
Hashtag bring back the shack. That's our next adventure that we're trying to do. The Fish Shack was a great thing. And when they sold that old area, they demolished it. And so everybody's big story now is bring back the shack. Butch passed away, unfortunately. The owner of Barefoot and Parks Marina and Snappers and everything. And sorry, Debbie. Butch was a great guy. Condolences to you. We love you. Debbie does amazing work on her own, right? And I'm kind of nudging her a little bit, kind of bring back the shack because, and they're talking about. Keeps moving up the list. So if we can get the Fish Shack built on the other lake and have live music there in the wintertime on the ice and everything, that's so fun. That's such a cool venue.
Well, from personal experience, when Scott starts a hashtag bring back
the shack,
anything, it usually works out.
Well. Bring back Audible Farm.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's good stuff. Well, any other goodies we want to talk about before we take off?
July 11th is our golf outing from Broken Strings.
Booyah!
Make sure you get signed up for that. We have 18 teams. We're looking for 18 teams, obviously. Whole sponsors. We got membership sponsors, auction sponsors. Anybody that wants to donate. We're all nonprofit charitable organization.
Sign up for that is on your website, Facebook.
You can sign up or just message us on Facebook. Or you can email brokenstrings4ia at gmail.com. You always do a good job of putting everything down in the description.
You already got it. You know the drill.
But yeah, it's going to be another. Nick Nurse is on board again with us this year, and it's at Carroll National for the second annual. We've got T-shirts and everything like that this year again, and it's just a fun day. I got Cody Hicks Band is headlining this year.
Cool.
We're going to have a headliner. We're trying to make this. Keep building this up musically as well every year, with different bands from around Iowa, big ones. And we want to do that. And I'd like to have a couple more kids there to come and play and open up for them.
Oh, cool.
To kind of show, this is what we do and this is why we do it. And, of course, I'll get up and sing a few and friends and have golf. They want to golf, come and golf. We got people that want a sponsorship teams of musicians, right, Eddie? Thank you. You hear me?
Yeah, he knows. He listens.
And it's a great thing to do. It's great to be part of. I can't believe it has grown to what it has grown to.
Dude, it's wild.
It's just it's cool. And now people are reaching out to us finally. Hey, we hear you're giving them guitars away, and what's the criteria for that? And we tell them, and okay, well, how about this? We got this person here, and so that's better.
That's what it is, man. It's like you work hard, you put in the work, and you stay dedicated, and you just keep your nose at the grindstone, and before you know it, the people will start reaching out to you.
For sure, and not only reaching out for us for guitars, and we're buying guitars all the time, but they're reaching out to want to donate money too. We're not really corporately. We don't have a Fairway or a Hy-Vee or a Casey's yet.
Yeah.
But the smaller donors and the smaller business owners and the people who really just love music in general are the people that are fueling this. And the money is there and the guitars are bought, and we're just always looking for kids. So
it is an absolute shame that Fairway or Hy-Vee or Casey's hasn't jumped on this yet. I'm not trying to point the finger and go shame, but what the heck, guys?
They will.
Yeah.
So and it's just an honor to do. This year we did the 30 guitars in one night. That was crazy. Mm-hmm. That was a lot of guitars in one night. And throughout the year we try to give away at least 1 or 2 a month, and then we'll have more. And we're going to do another deal for Christmas. We got our big golf outing. We're going to do another thing in the fall again that we're working forward before Christmas again. And yeah, it's a hoot. Yeah. We want to start giving drums away with the Jordansons. They've been busy as well. And it's just, it's great. It's so cool being part of.
Yeah. So check out all the Broken String stuff down below. There's also going to be some Scott Kirkhart links down below. So check out Good Day.
Yeah.
Congratulations to everybody that won an award, Midwest CMO.
Absolutely, guys.
Really kind of cool stuff going on there. It's just super fun to see. Even I've only been kind of like paying attention to that the last like maybe 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to see.
Look how much growth.
Yeah, it seems like that's growing a lot. So it's really kind of cool. So hats off to everybody up there doing all the cool stuff. And, just recognizing that other people throughout the Midwest are doing cool things and giving them a nod. So that's really kind of cool.
Buddy, yeah, they are. And they're all friends.
Yep.
They're all friends of ours.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is really cool, man. It's really cool. Hey, you're pretty cool too.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah. Check you later, Scott.
Yep.
There you go. It's a good day to have a good day. Much positivity, much great things. Be sure to check out that upcoming event with the Broken Strings. I'm going to have the links down below for that. As always, get a hold of them anywhere if you need to, be a sponsor for something, or if you want to, put your name on something. That's a great person and a great company there to back it behind. I guess organization. They're technically a nonprofit, so it's kind of cool to know that they're out there just doing that. Giving away guitars and perpetuating art. In a time where everything just seems to be so digital and electronic-y and AI and stuff. And they're out there just still giving, slabs of wood with strings on them. It's crazy. So super cool stuff. Check out all the links down below for that. Check out Scott Kirkhart's links down below. And that's about it. Thank you to the Fort Dodge Fine Arts Association. Thanks to Scott. Thanks to everybody that's listening. If you're looking for Audible Farm stuff, check it out at audiblefarm.com. Otherwise, at Audible Farm, basically all the social medias. And subscribe, like, share. If you like this episode, just share it with somebody. Let them know that it's out there. And that's about it, everybody. Shop.audiblefarm.com for any of the shop goodies. That's it. All right. Peace.